In January 2010, the Division of Workforce Solutions with the North Carolina Department of Commerce embarked on a unique challenge. Our mission was to turn green into gold. The State Energy Sector Partnership Training Grant used Federal Recovery Act funds from the U.S. Department of Labor. Through this SESP grant, nearly 1,700 workers were retrained for success in North Carolina's fast-growing green industries. We identified local green jobs and invested in training and education. The result? Industry-recognized certificates in energy-efficient building construction, renewable energy generation, and sustainable agriculture. The training grant focused on 4 rural regions across the state. The first is known as Future Forward. This high country region is historically an industrial area that has lost jobs with the decline of the furniture industry. The second is known as All About Green. The South Central region is largely agricultural, with small to mid-sized towns. The third region is called Weatherization East. This area is mostly rural, with healthcare and agriculture being the most important industries. Finally, the fourth region is the Sustainability Initiative of Northeastern North Carolina. This coastal region is geographically diverse and home to many small, family-owned businesses. These 4 regions represent 38 of our state's 85 rural counties that suffer from high unemployment. But these 4 regions also represent potential. With coordination at the state level and leadership and support from the regions, Green is Gold for NC significantly increased the skill level of the participants. Growing North Carolina's energy industry creates jobs. Local workforce development boards administered the SESP grant and created strong partnerships within each region.
We love to put people back to work. That's what our job is at Northeastern Workforce Development Board. When people find a job, especially if they've been unemployed for quite a while, their whole outlook on life changes. They become more confident and more self-assured of where they're going in the future. I would like to see the Northeastern North Carolina have more opportunities for entrepreneurs in this field, but also for the businesses that are already in existence to have expanded what they are doing so that we can all have a happy and sustainable future. So we decided to focus on needs that were already identified by our local businesses. College of the Albemarle staff provided input as to what they would like to be trained in, and other businesses provided us with ideas as to what they needed to train their employees in for current jobs and also to prepare them for future jobs. The future of this region is very bright. We're poised very positively for this, and that renewable energy will have a place in our future.
Strata Solar specializes in building commercial-scale solar farms. My job includes all electrical aspects of the solar farm and keeping abreast of an 8 to 12-man crew. I worked as a welder for 5 years, and the plant was shut down, and it left me out of work for about 2 years, and then I was afforded the opportunity to go to school through this grant program. Being out of work for those 2 years and trying to support my family was really tough. I mean, it was hard. We had to make a lot of budget cuts and a lot of sacrifices, and it it kind of took away a little of my self-worth. When I got the opportunity for the grant program, I was very excited, and it was a blessing. Without that training, I wouldn't be standing here today. The future of solar is very bright, and the potential is high, and it's just clean energy. You're harnessing the energy from the sun. It's been here forever, and it's not going anywhere, and it's free. It is a tremendous industry, and I could work in it forever.
High Country Timber Frame designs and builds traditional timber frame homes, as well as we build panelized wall systems. Well, the training grant we got in 2010 allowed for me to keep employees that were crucial to the company in a very down economy. And we were able to send myself, my business partner, and all of our employees at the time through building science training. The training really gave us a new identity in that it allowed us to focus more on taking the quality work we did and providing it for a greater audience. As a result, we were able to more than double our workforce to keep up with the new projects that came online. The homes we build and those of which we design are beautiful, super energy efficient, high performance, and they're built to last for generations, and our clients love them.
The SESP Training Grant gave hope to unemployed and underemployed North Carolinians. The funding provided education and retraining through strong partnerships with community colleges. In some cases, we've gone mobile. We're doing whatever it takes to bring needed equipment, resources, and tools to our partner schools to ensure a high level of training.
I'm so thankful that the grant funding came along. It created many jobs. It created opportunities for folks to get jobs. It also created some new areas of entrepreneurship. You know, the region has a lot of opportunity to do agriculture and to create businesses. The BioNetwork and SESP created the curriculum, and the Green Zone is home to a lot of hands-on training where we do workshops around raised bed plantings. We look at some vermiculture, composting, also regular composting, where people can come and learn a lot more about what sustainability is. The Green Zone is also home to about 28 operating solar panels that feed electricity back to the campus. The work that we do here every day is basically around sustainability. Our students were able to go out, get jobs with ag companies. They were able to learn about entrepreneurship. They were able to change their whole livelihood based on this grant.
We're a biodiesel refiner located here in Caldwell County. Diesel fuel moves our economy. It runs our trucks, it runs our trains, it runs our ships. One of the great things about biodiesel is it can be produced locally from local sources. You're taking something that was typically, 20 years ago considered a waste resource. Poultry fat, pork fat, used cooking oil from restaurants. And from that we make a clean burning, renewable, sustainable fuel known as biodiesel. This grant was a good resource for us. Through that program, we were able to bring in some screened employees from the labor pool that they had already pre-assessed and give them some on-the-job training here and see if their skill set matched with what we were looking for. We've retained several of those employees, and now they have full-time jobs here. The mountains of North Carolina are just a pristine place. It's a wonderful place to have this resource available to us. We are helping to fuel the future. We probably produced 3 million gallons of fuel here over the last 3 or 4 years. All that fuel has been produced locally, supported local jobs, so we feel really good about the future.
In 2008, I was unemployed and I was looking to get into the renewable energy field, and I had an interest in sustainable technology. I was seeking high-end training, and it was difficult to find these classes, but through the SESP grant, they were to bring some of the top industry instructors here to this region. And I was able to train with them, and now I'm able to pass that on to other participants in this region. We have a wind turbine, which is a Berge 1 kilowatt wind turbine. We have 4 different solar installations. We have one that's on a tracking system that actually tracks the sun, and that really maximizes the amount of energy that it can capture. We also have a greenhouse, and we have a solar thermal system that is heating water that is used in that lab. This training is helping to get our workforce ready for some of the larger projects that are in the pipeline. We're able to train existing businesses as well as up-and-coming people who want to get into this. I've gone from being unemployed to working in sustainable technology, and it's an industry that I thoroughly am passionate about and plan on working in for the rest of my life.
The SESP program brought new hope and optimism to retrained workers, their families, and to their communities.
Emerald Energy is a licensed general contracting company, and we specialize in renewable energy solutions for residential and commercial customers. I took a job in renewable energy because I'm very passionate about the earth. Honestly, that's the #1 reason. I took the weatherization technician class, and I also took the energy audit class through the SESP grant. A couple years ago, Emerald Energy was headed strictly solar, but now with these classes, we've really broadened the services we offer. It's going to help us grow much quicker. Eastern North Carolina has been hit very hard by recession. I have a young son, I have another son on the way, and so I definitely need to provide for my family, and these classes are certainly going to help me do that in the future. This is just the beginning for Emerald Energy, and we're going to be a major part of the new green environment that's coming to Eastern North Carolina.
The name of my company is Performance Home Systems. We help people save money on energy. We make their homes more efficient, we make them safer and more comfortable. I used to be in the newspaper industry in production, and that wasn't really going anywhere. There was no opportunities here. So I started looking around, and I was in a veterans office and found a flyer about becoming a building analyst. Through the grant, I was able to get the weatherization installation training and the building analyst training. And I went through the courses, and then my career just kind of took off. I was able to work in weatherization for a little over a year. And then it was obvious that it was time for me to just start my own business. And it's just been growing at a steady pace. My son's been able to join me, and we have so much fun together. We just get along. I'm extremely grateful for the training, and it helped my self-esteem. It gave me a challenge that I really needed. I didn't want to just be another worker. I wanted something where I could make a difference, and this program gave me that.
Verdante is a startup company. It was formed about 18 months ago. One of our core businesses is locating and securing feedstocks for bioenergy companies. So we will go out and find the materials that they need for their conversion technology to make fuels or heat and power. We have recently pivoted into the development of information technology for those firms as well to enable a more efficient supply chain. The SESP allowed a startup company like ours to expand and grow with new employees who brought additional value to the organization. And we have a great team. We have the players we need now to take this forward and grow this company and add value to our industry. We're really excited about the growth potential in biomass energy. There is a growing amount of activity with our industry peers, and we're excited to grow right along with them.
Energy-related business sectors bring steady, well-paying jobs and a long-term future for more North Carolinians.
I guess you could say I've created Houston Heating and Air. I was the owner. I've now shared the ownership with my two sons, who are the ones that were certified in this program. By this certification, we were able to design our own systems and minimize the amount of subcontracting and bring it into the full-time employees. Geothermal heat pumps is a new arena that we're entering into. I started it a long time ago, but at that time it was a single pass water. You took good groundwater and sent it through your heat pump and put it in a ditch somewhere. Today we use closed loop systems in order to use the water one time to fill up the loop, and it stays there forever. Being new technology such as this is, I would guess that our growth projection for the coming year is about 10 to 15% above previous years. That's a significant portion, and that's 10 to 15% that you can assume you would not have gotten without having the capability of doing this and offering it when others were not offering it. The more you can offer with certification, the better the business.
I've been Chief Building Inspector for the City of Greenville for approximately 11 years. Our goal is to help the end user. And since we're not the constructors on the site, we're the inspectors. Through this training, we're able to visually make sure that those efficiency measures and the cost savings will be there for the end user. I work very closely with contractors. On the job sites, you're pointing out violations, but through this education, we point out the positives. You sealed that properly, or that looks pretty efficient there. Through the knowledge base and as much communication as we have with the public, the contractors, we're able to pass this education along. Regionally, as we talk about energy efficiency, we're talking about saving money. And we're hoping those savings translate into more jobs, more housing, more economic development, and a better quality of life for the Greenville area.
This area is so beautiful. It's green, it's pristine, and we do everything we can to contribute to that and to keep it that way. We are a restoration firm that specializes in emergency services such as fire and water damage restoration. Our business is sustainable in many ways through the use of high-tech equipment, through the use of cleaning methodologies that are zero impact, through the goal to save as much building material components as possible, and the know-how to do it correctly. This is a serious business. It's not rocket science, but it's science, and you need to know what you're doing. This grant has been a godsend because it has allowed us to be able to afford to train all of our people and get them certified. This is not a job anymore. This is a career. Thanks to this grant, my business is greener today than it was yesterday, and it is going to be greener tomorrow.
Our green economy is growing steadily and shows no signs of slowing down. Our state is on the radar of startup businesses and relocating companies alike, and they're finding that a greener North Carolina is a smart place to launch, grow, or relocate a business.